So my team came up to me today and they were like, Derek, will you just please give us 5 of your most underrated players you ever played against? Not teammates, not the guys we know about, not Eric Berry, Justin Houston, Tom Bali, the Honey Man, Chris Harris, Aqib Talib, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware. No, we don't want those guys. Give us the guys that are underrated, don't get talked about a lot, but were unbelievable. So here goes my top 5. Starting off the list at number 5, AJ Bouye. This man was unbelievable for a period of time. He was a sticky corner. You couldn't throw deep balls on him. He would run them down. He would outrun your receivers to him in quarters. Like, he was unbelievable. He did a great job of playing his technique, understanding the schemes that he was in. AJ Bouye, I think he picked me off also in Mexico City, which I'm still mad at, but he was a great player. I had much respect for him. But he's one of those underrated guys that at one time, yes, everyone knew about him, but these kids nowadays have no idea. AJ Bouye, number 5 on my list.
I think he's a technician. I think he's fundamentally sound. You always know when the DB, when he's like actually good at football and when he actually understands how to play football.
Goes left sideline, that ball is knocked, incomplete, and now picked off. AJ Bouye, what an interception that was.
He knows when to jam a guy. He knows when to shadow a guy. He knows when to play off.
In 2017, Bouye had the lowest passer rating in coverage among all NFL cornerbacks and didn't allow a touchdown catch during the entire regular season.
Great work by AJ Bouye.
Number 4, Telvin Smith. Not only were you one of the greatest Senior Bowl teammates of all time, all right? Not only were you one of the greatest leaders I've ever been around, okay? For that week with D. Ford, myself, Christian Jones, our team was stacked going against Aaron Donald in the Senior Bowl, all right? Gabe Jackson was on our team, Shout out, Gabe, I love you. Telvin Smith, I got to see firsthand what kind of leader you were and why you were a national champion. And then you go to Jacksonville, okay? Weren't a first-round pick. They said you were too small. Yeah, he's got a lot of energy, good leader. He can run. Man, you made a splash. Every time you turned the film on, him and Puz Lesney, it was like a race in the 4x1. And when the baton was handed to him, a race to see who could get to the finish line first to meet the ball carrier. And I will never forget, we ran a toss to the outside or a zone play to the outside. And I look up, and you're making the play. On the opposite side of the field, you outran both linebackers that were play side. You outran them and made the play in the backfield. And I sat there, I said, this guy is different. Maybe we should run a bootleg. But I remember when that play happened, we tried a bootleg, and you were there too. And so you don't get enough credit, man. And so Telvin, shout out, I love you, man. And you were a great player, but that's just one of many stories playing against you that you would just give us headaches because we're trying to backside block you, cut you, everything, and you were always outrunning it. One of the fastest linebackers I've ever played against, Telvin Smith.
I cover receivers, I cover running backs, I cover tight ends, I cover everybody, and nobody get the raw. Go, 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 go!
At number 3, we have 2 people. And let me tell you why, all right? I know these lists, 5A, 3B, all that kind of stuff. These guys are on the same team, all right? And they're like, hey, you could tell us stories about Julius Peppers, okay? Tamba, all these older guys that you played against that none of these kids know anymore, which is a shame, all right? Tell us about some new guys. Jared Verse and Braden Fiske. Unbelievable that you would put them on the same side and run games. They're low pad level. They're strong, they're relentless, they're explosive, they're tenacious. Like, these 2 in LA are unbelievable players, are not getting near enough credit. They're getting a lot of credit. They don't get nearly enough of what they did last year. These guys are dominant and dominating type football players. I can't believe that the Rams got them both. But they are great players. They're going to be great for a long time. Man, they were running games, hit me in the teeth. I remember checking the ball down, getting hit in the face. Like, these guys were there all the time. And so I want to give credit where credit is due. That these 2, if they stay on their trajectory, they keep doing what they're doing, they're going to be names that just aren't underrated players just because they're young. It's because they're young. Give them time. As long as they keep doing the work, these 2 are going to be all pros in a matter of time. So keep your eyes on them. Jared Verse, Braden Fiske. I am fans, and I can't wait to see what you guys do in the havoc you create this year.
bit themselves again.
With their 4th offensive line penalty of the game. And that ball is out. Williams got hit. Matt Pryor is trying to jump back on top of it. And Braden Fiske continues to cause havoc against opposing quarterbacks.
Well, watch Fiske and the push he gets with Jared Verse right next to him, working on Pryor and Braxton Jones. Caleb's got to get depth in his drop, and they got to give him some help and some space.
Thought that Minnesota was the right fit for him. So far, so good, obviously. From the 42, good play fake. Now protection, breaks down and tackled. That's Verse with the sack back at the 30-yard line.
You knew it was a matter of time. This is up against a tight end here, Josh Oliver. It's a matter of time until he starts coming up with sacks. It is 32 pressures, which is 15th in the NFL as a rookie. So you know eventually he's going to get home and be able to come down up with plays like this. And it's more kind of a bull.
Number 2. Now, this is because a lot of you that are watching this are way too young to know this man, all right? And he used to get a lot of credit, and for a little while he didn't, and then they started to catch on, like, why is he making every play every single time the ball snapped? My number 2, which easily could be 1, Kyle Williams of the Buffalo Bills. Not only are you a great person and a great human being, you are a great and excellent football player. You are unbelievably unstoppable. If you weren't double teamed, you were winning the rep. And I can't say that about everybody that I played against. You were someone that we circled and said, we can't let this guy wreck the game. But every time you turn the film on, Kyle Williams was in the backfield, in the quarterback's face, or hitting a running back, or just creating havoc, making the cutback go to where the defensive support was. This guy was unbelievable. How is it fair that you have Marcel Darius playing the nose, Kyle Williams, Jerry Hughes, and Mario Williams, and Stephon Gilmore, and you got Brandon Spikes? That defense was cheating. We won the game, but it was cheating.
Fight for every inch of the field. Every inch. Never quit. Give it all to your teammate. One play at a time, one series at a time. We don't quit. Dig deep today.
Sack. He is buried by Kyle Williams.
This guy's a tank. He has a motor that just doesn't stop. He's very disruptive. He's a guy that you definitely have to game plan for.
Now to my number 1 underrated player, who I think, and a lot of you are going to agree with me, especially if you played against him or played with him. My number 1 most underrated player I've ever played against, and it's really, I'm going to say it's not close, Jason Verrett. You had all the injuries, bro. We came in the same time, and you were going to a rival. Everyone knew that you're a great athlete, all these things, but man, you worked hard. You refined your craft. Man, you were unbelievably sticky in man-to-man coverage. We would try and throw those stop routes backside. I remember hitting you on a go route in a game to Andre Holmes, and we tried to do something again later, and you picked it off to win the game. And so I will never forget that, man. You were unbelievable, and you were undercutting crossers before anyone was undercutting crossers, deep crosses. You were playing man-to-man, chasing people all the way across the field, guarding the best player. You wanted the challenge. It's a shame that all those injuries happened, but your excellence and your talent did not go unnoticed, man. Jason Verrett, shout out you, bro. I love you, man, but you are one of the best players I ever played against.
Jason Verrett, the pick 6, 68 yards.
Alshon Jeffrey ran that route last week against Minnesota 5 times, and Verrett told us yesterday, I'm going to sit on that one and I'm going to pick him off. It's an 8-yard hook route to Alshon Jeffrey, and Verrett's seen it enough. Jeffrey, an 8-yard hinge route. Ball's not thrown well by Cutler, but Verrett, so far, has taken Alshon Jeffrey out of this football game.
All right, y'all, so those are just some of the top 5. We say top 5, but I have so many more. That's 5 underrated players that I played against. If you remind me of some, I forgot about some. As these guys were talking, I was like, oh my gosh, that guy was great too. Comment below. Some of the guys you think I played against, you want to know about, maybe we'll do another video, and I'll talk about those guys too. But shout out to those 5, 6 great players that I've ever played against, underrated by all stretch of the imagination, and they're definitely better than Brandon and Austin. I can tell you that.